Quartet. Great to have you here.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Welcome in Poland. This is your first time in Poland, right?
Yeah, it's the first time.
And you just arrived?
About 5 minutes ago, yeah.
And you fly to Warsaw?
Yeah, flew to Warsaw, and then there's a couple of hours drive here, and then straight to the festival, and I think I'm on stage in about an hour or so.
Have you heard anything about this festival?
No, only when I got invited to play, and I had a quick look at the YouTubes and websites, and it looked cool.
So when you got the booking offer, you check the places that you go by yourself. Obviously, you've got a booking agency that they do all the jobs, that they deal with the promoters and everything. But do you check yourself? You curious where you're going?
Oh yeah, totally. Because there's a lot of offers coming in, and there's only a very small percentage that I can actually have time to do. So yeah, I always check out, have a look at what the venue looks like and who else is playing, and you know, if people if it looked like it was good in the past and things like that. And yeah, this sounded like a cool festival and seemed to have good people on the lineup. So
yeah, which artist are you excited about to see tonight?
I wanted to see Plastic Man, but I just found out he's on pretty much the same time as me. So I don't know if that's gonna.
Is he?
We clashed by about half an hour.
Yeah. Well, let's hope you get some chance to see him.
Yeah, maybe we can run over after.
Have you seen him live?
No, I've seen Richie Houghton do DJ things like quite a few times, but he's doing some kind of special live Plastic Man thing this year that I haven't seen yet. So, but maybe I'll get another chance this summer. I don't know.
So, you gonna play DJ or live tonight?
I'm doing a live set at the moment. Like, I just had a new album out this year, and kind of touring, doing sort of live improvisations based on the music that was on that new album mainly.
And your set is gonna last for an hour or yeah?
Yeah.
Is there anything special that you prepared for this festival tonight that the other people couldn't hear?
Yeah, there's some new there's always some new things that I'm working on and stuff, and that I'll be trying out in the set. And the idea behind it is it's never the same. You know, like every night I want the set to be evolving and the music changing, and I want people to come and see me and they're seeing like a snapshot of where my kind of musical ideas are at on that day, at that moment. And I think, you know, if you come and see me and then you see me 6 months later, the music will have changed a lot. Again, you know, the idea for me is that the music's like a constant evolving, changing thing. It doesn't stop with each release, it always keeps changing, you know. So yeah, and it's more interesting for me, and I think more interesting for the crowd. You know, they come and.
You're a musician, you're a composer. I bet you were inspired by some other artists. Which artist that inspired you to create your music?
Oh, loads. Mainly, the people I find really inspiring is anyone that's managed to create a sound that no one could really imagine before it existed. You know. And I find myself looking to real masters, like people like, I don't know, Jimi Hendrix, say, or people that created a new sound, you know, one that we couldn't imagine before. You know, again, we were talking about Plastic Man playing tonight. You know, when his first records were coming out, you know, it sounded so kind of different to anything before it. And I think that's the sort of thing I really admire. You know, when people manage to do something that sounds totally new and different, but manages to touch people at the same time. I live in London, and that's quite an exciting town to be in, especially for sort of electronic music at the moment. You know, there's this big scene that's come out, the kind of dubstep thing, and all these like new young producers making really exciting, interesting records that are coming out very, very quickly all the time, and that's inspiring. And you know, I find new things all the time. You know,
any particular artist that you really like excited about?
In London, these new like young producers like Joy Orbison and Floating Points and stuff like that, they're all doing really, really, really good, kind of interesting stuff. What else has been big for me this year? The recent Autechre releases I've loved. I mean, they've been around for years and years and years, but you know, they're still making very fresh sounding, like amazing music that sounds quite different to anything. The Caribou album that came out this year was really, really great. It seems to be, you know, I'm hearing that everywhere I travel around. I'm hearing that music, and people seem excited by that. And, that's good, you know.
go out in London?
Yeah, of course. Like,
Which places you go?
I mean, if I'm going out to like a club or anything like that, it's got to that point where I'm going because I'm playing a lot of the time, you know. So I think my next gig in London's at Fabric, and my favourite club in London is called Plastic People, and a very small.
Finally, this is my favorite place to go in London as well. The sound and the small,
Yeah, it's amazing. And
intimate atmosphere.
last year I had my own residency there, and I start my residency again in September, so I play there every month, and that's my favourite club in the world.